Next up, we're going to have Danica Tourmaline come on. She is going to be coming live from the world of concrete. And we're super excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Danica on. Hello, Danica!
Hi,
oh my God! Good.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are at World of Concrete. They're getting ready to do the ribbon cutting over here. We're going to try to see if we can turn the camera around. We were hoping to have a camera crew set up, and we can't get them live. So we're doing it on my phone. We're winging it this morning.
We are going to go for it because this is live. I mean, I was saying to actually Gary and Helen from the charities a second ago that we are truly a hybrid event today because we have Doug, in person with all of his runners in London. We have you on site at World of Concrete. And then here we are on the Swap Card platform watching this all like online, So tell us what's it like there? What's the energy like? I mean, this is World of Concrete. Maybe a little bit about that, just in case there's viewers on who don't know much about World of Concrete. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, yeah. So World of Concrete is one of the largest events. You know what? They're getting ready to go live with the ribbon cutting. Do you want to spot in on that for a second?
Sure.
So let's look in on that for a second.
Okay. And this is the ribbon cutting for the West Hall, the grand opening of the West Hall for the Las Vegas Convention Center.
I'm trying to see if I can turn it around, the camera around. Let's see.
I don't know. No. Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Okay. So we have Steve Hill is up on stage right now. Can you see him up there on stage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And it's right in front of the West Building.
Wow.
And we have Charlie Mccarty is also in the. Okay. And Charlie Mccarty is in the audience, and there are
Charlie Mccarty who heads Informa exhibitions.
Who heads Informa, yes, exactly. And they're trying to introduce everybody, so I was trying to move back a little bit away from there.
Yeah.
So the vibe is look around at the camera crews here. So we have a full scope.
Wow. This is a big deal in Las Vegas, isn't it? Because this is really the first huge event to hit Las Vegas.
It is. So earlier there was the Las Vegas market in April, which was the first trade show, but it wasn't at the convention center building. And this is the first one at the new West Hall.
Right.
There were a couple smaller events in May, but nothing of this scale. So everybody in the industry is really watching. Oh, he's got a microphone. So maybe you'll be able to hear it a little bit better now.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because of the pandemic, this entire industry disappeared for 15 months.
And
in Las Vegas, that meant that
he's talking about the fact that there's been no business in the city, on the convention side for the last 15 months.
Yeah, I can actually hear the mic now.
Okay, great. I'm going to let you listen to it then.
Had no revenue. Their workers were out of work. All of the business that gets done at these meetings and conventions could not happen. It's not something that easily happens virtually. You don't meet new customers. You don't get to know your new employees. It is a very difficult situation. It is important. We need to get these meetings and conventions back up and running. And it is largely due to the people I am honored to be able to introduce this morning that we are able to be here. First,
there we have Ken McAvoy and Nancy Walsh is over here.
Everything that he has had to do
in
with this building.
Got quite an Informa crew here, and there's a lot of other industry people here.
I bet. I heard so many people were going to be there. Every other person I was talking to was like, "Are you going to be there?"
Yeah. I saw David Dubois in the cab this morning. We rode over together from IAE.
Governor, without helping
and
to pave a path forward.
you know, a lot of
to allow
suppliers, even
one,
suppliers
this
who aren't
building
working
just
on this show are here as
finish
well.
its
I
construction.
bet, just to see, you know, the how they're doing it on site and stuff.
Was
Right,
finished
exactly.
during the
And what
pandemic.
Yeah, makes sense.
The governor had to make a
health and
decision
safety
back in
protocols
March of
are.
last year whether to allow that to continue to take place.
I heard it was
Balancing
108 there
the
yesterday.
needs of this community with the
It
health
wasn't
and
quite that
safety of
warm
this
yesterday. It was over the
Oh.
We
weekend.
appreciate
Oh,
your
the weekend.
comments.
Yeah,
in
it was
the
a lot
construction
better
industry.
yesterday.
Certainly want to thank all the
And
construction
it's
workers.
breezy. It's a windy
who worked
morning
through
here.
that
If you
to
look
finish this
around, most people are getting a little wind blown
Now it
here.
is my
But a
honor to
beautiful morning
present
for the show
the
opening.
governor of the great state of
Great.
Nevada, Steve Sisolak.
Here is the governor. This is Governor Sisolak, who will be speaking now.
Thanks,
so
Steve.
we should probably try to listen in on this.
Kind words, and it is
Can you see him?
to say it is an honor and a pleasure
Yes.
to be here is
Okay,
an understatement.
excellent.
I mean, Steve is right. In the throes of the pandemic, we decided that construction workers were essential workers. We decided this project was an essential project. There were naysayers along the way, but we built this, and I can't thank Steve Hill enough and the men and women who made this a reality to build this building and to welcome World of Concrete as the first convention back in here is just absolutely incredible. What Steve has done to help us navigate the tourism industry through our pandemic and now towards our great recovery is truly remarkable. I am Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak, and as I say, it's a pleasure to be here. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority Board, the board chair, John Mars, and Charlie Mccarty and Nan Walsh from Informa Markets for inviting me here today as we celebrate today's momentous occasion. I also want to acknowledge a very dear friend and someone who was instrumental in making today a reality. That is Clark County Commission Chair Marilyn Kirkpatrick, who, if you don't know her, she's sitting to my right here, has just done incredible. Give her a round of applause. I appreciate that. Thank you. Who showed leadership when others did not, and she has done so much to make this project a reality and to get the convention and visitors back and to help get our people back to work. Just 2 weeks ago, I was here commemorating the 1.4 million square foot expansion of the Las Vegas Convention Center and opening the Convention Center Loop. And if you haven't taken the ride, believe me, take the ride before you leave. It's something to experience. Today, as governor of the great state of Nevada, I take great pride in welcoming you back in Informa Markets World of Concrete to our great state. The World of Concrete is the commercial construction industry's largest international event for concrete and masonry professionals. And what better place is there to host this event than the newly expanded West Hall that can truly match the scope and significance of this convention? More than 60,000 industry professionals and approximately 1,500 exhibiting companies from all around the world are expected to fill up more than 700,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor exhibit space. This is an event of truly enormous proportions that Nevada is known for, and it only gets better from here. I could not be any more excited for the return of this staple event for a few reasons. One, this is the first major trade show to convene inside the new West Hall of Las Vegas Convention Center. The first one. Our state is proud to showcase the $1 billion expansion of the second largest convention center in the United States. Our state-of-the-art technology that was incorporated in the development of this building and our innovative Convention Center Loop. Number two, this is the first major trade show to return to the state of Nevada since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, 16 long months ago. The World of Concrete is the first major trade show to take place in the United States since the start of the pandemic. Throughout the pandemic, we've had to make some really difficult decisions, some that kept me up at night. Decisions that affected people's lives and livelihoods. But as I said recently, every difficult decision was rooted in the long-term strategy for economic recovery, which has led us to where we are today. This convention reinvigorates our commitment to being bold in how we envision the future of infrastructure and the recovery of our state. And this is only the beginning. The Las Vegas Convention Center has a robust lineup of conventions and trade shows lined up on the calendar for 2021, and robust calendar going into 2022. We're all excited to welcome those events as well. But today, we're welcoming World of Concrete. I know that the LVCVA has been working hard to prepare for these events and to make sure they are safe for residents and our visitors. I want to assure all of you that the state and local officials have been doing the same. That's why we prioritized hospitality workers for vaccinations when doses were limited. That's why we spent 15 plus months carefully working to balance the health and safety of the public with our economic vitality. It's been a long time coming, Nevada, but we made it. Before I conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to everyone on the board of directors of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, and Charlie McCurdy and Nan Walsh from Informa Markets for making today's event possible. Thanks to their hard work and commitment to our tourism and hospitality, along with the partnership between the state and Chair Kirkpatrick and the Southern Nevada Health District, Nevada is certainly better positioned and on track to recovery. And if I could just add one more thing, I did a little research prior to this. Concrete is the most commonly used building material. You look around at all these high-rise buildings, concrete makes the foundation of those buildings. It is used twice as much as all other building materials combined. It is solid, it is real, it is reliable. Just as the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority is the same thing. It could not be a more fitting opening for this convention center than the World of Concrete. To everyone else that is here, thank you for your dedication in making the city of Las Vegas. We've got our mayor here with us today, one of our councilwomen. Thank you for joining us. And the great state of Nevada, the amazing place it is today. Thank you all very much for joining us. We are back in Las Vegas, and there's no better or safer place to come and have a convention than Las Vegas. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Great. And Danica, can you please tell everybody who that was again?
Yeah, so that was Governor Steve Sisolak.
Great.
So now Steve Hill is going to be giving a few words here. If you want to listen in, do you want to listen in to
Who
him?
was that again? Is giving words now?
So Steve Hill with the
Oh, great.
LVCVA.
Okay.
Everybody was certainly for me, so I'm excited about that as well. I like all those statistics about the concrete industry. That's right. Just give me a call. The governor provided half of my introduction to our next speaker. I have had the opportunity to work with Marilyn Kirkpatrick in a number of different roles. We have been partners in any number of efforts, whether as an assemblywoman, as Speaker of the Assembly, and now as Chair of the Clark County Commission. Chair is known for working tirelessly on behalf of her constituents, and I think she worked hard enough over the past 15 months that she actually got tired. So that's a very hard thing to do. We certainly appreciate everything that you have done to make this building possible, you and your staff, to make this day possible. And it is my honor to introduce the Chair of the Clark County Commission, Marilyn Kirkpatrick.
So just so everybody knows, we're watching the ribbon cutting of the Las Vegas Convention Center, West Hall, opening of World of Concrete with Danica Tourmaline.
Yes, yeah. So they're having, we've had on the governor, Steve Hill, and if you would like to, they're getting ready to open the official show. It starts at 9:30 this morning.
Wow.
And yeah, so they haven't released the attendance numbers, but there are, there's a good crowd here. It was really busy at the airport yesterday and at hotels.
I saw a lot of people's posts on Facebook, and it looked like all planes were full.
Yeah, and the hotels, there's a vibe. I went out to dinner last night. But a lot of the restaurants are open. Some of the restaurants are still not open during the weekdays, but most of them are trying to really ramp up for the service for the industry. So, and they will be doing thermal scanning to when you get into the convention center. They have digital badges. Everybody has their badges on their QR codes to get into the show. So they do have some health and safety measures in place, but the mask mandate is no longer. They're recommended, but not required at the event.
Right. I had seen that because I'd posted something about World of Concrete starting, and somebody I think the article was written before the mask mandate had lifted.
Yes.
And now it's lifted. So that happened the first part of June, correct?
Yeah. So they've been completely back open for business for the last couple of weeks. And if you noticed last night in the hotels and in the convention centers, all the stickers on the floors have been pulled up. There's no more social distancing stickers anywhere. The signage has really come down in terms of that.
And this is all part of Informa's all secure program that they've been doing at plenty of their shows, correct?
Correct. I think the next step is now to focus on following what the venue requires. Before it was the state and the local health departments, but now they're following the CDC guidelines and seeing what following those guidelines, because they're pretty simple. The biggest thing, of course, being mask mandates.
Thank you,
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And just for anybody who's signing on, we're talking to Danica Tourmaline. She's at the opening of the Las Vegas Convention Center West Hall and World of Concrete on site in Las Vegas, sunny Las Vegas. There's a bevy of speakers right now going on. I know you were going to try to grab Nan Walsh, but you may not be able to in this section because she's part of the program. But if not, we'll catch her at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time.
We hope to do that if she's not too busy at that time.
Yeah.
She's coming on. She's getting ready to speak along with Charlie Mccarty, who is, of course, over the global Informa markets. Nancy Walsh is over North America. So they're both here. There's a lot of Informa folks here to celebrate and to be a part of, learning how to work an event post-pandemic. So they've got a big team here in place. And the ribbon cutting should be done here in hopefully about 10 minutes, and the show floor opens at 9:30.
Okay, great. And I know we're going to stick with you for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to be switching over to an advocacy panel that'll start at noon Eastern time here, sharp. And then before that, at about five minutes to, we'll be checking back in with Doug Emsley and the runners who are on site with him, and any remote runners then. So they've already finished their first 5K.
Okay.
We've actually raised over $27,000 so far.
That's wonderful. That's great. That's great. What was the goal?
24,000. So we've upped it to 34,000 now. So we're going to just keep going. We actually hit the goal before the event started. This is kind of telethon style. We're going to be 24 hours, going around the globe. This is the U.S. section that'll last till about 3 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll switch to Mexico. Then we're going to go to Australia and China, then Dubai, then the UK, and then we're going to finish up with Doug at 3 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. So he'll be on his 24th 5K by then.
So you have some runners, don't you? Let's see, Tom Mitchell, is he joining at the next hour race?
Yeah, Tom's on next. And then we have some runners, there with Doug, like Simon Kimball from Clarion will be there. We've had so much great support, from the overall industry. This is, obviously Doug's, spearheaded it, and I've helped him with it, but this is not a Tarsus, event. This is an event for the entire industry. We've had support all across the board from, a lot of the big, for-profits. We've also had a tremendous support from the associations like CISO and UFI and IEE and AEO and such. So we're just very grateful, by all the support that this has been given so far.
Yeah, it's generated a lot of interest in terms of, the different format. I think that makes it fun too, that you're doing a variety. You got the running side of it, you've got some education and some live broadcasts here. So
Yeah, well, I was saying to the people who were on right before you that we're running a truly hybrid event. You know, you're in person, you know, right? Doug's in person with his runners. You know, I'm you know, here. We've got remote runners going. This has been a tremendous undertaking. You know, we have an entire ops team on, you know, in place, you know, in Guildford at Raccoon Events with Mike Seaman and his team. And, you know, it's just, they say it takes a village. Well, it's definitely 100% taken a massive village, but we're super happy about it.
So have there been any, you know, what kind of lessons have you learned from your side of doing this this broadcast as a live broadcast on the tech side and your hybrid experience?
That may take too long to go through. It's been, I mean, Swap Card has been incredible. They've been such an incredible help. You know, I mean, all the team there has been so supportive, you know, and they're a big sponsor of this. You know, they donated all of this, you know, to being able to have the event. So we're so grateful, you know, to them, you know, and then ASP, you know, they did the whole website, you know, for this event, and that was all, you know, donated, you know, to, you know, being able to make this happen. So that's what I mean. I mean, besides the cash donations, you know, the way the industry rallied around this has been incredible, you know, so. And I've learned a lot about running, you know, a virtual event, as have you. We've had many conversations, just, you know, trying to figure out the flow and how to get this live and stuff like that. So it's all good. And just to remind people, you know, Danica, why don't you actually tell us a little bit, you know, about yourself? You know, I know you, but, you know, tell us who you are in the industry, because we're going to be seeing you back here in a bit.
Sure. You know what? I'm going to turn around and we're going to have this. I'm going to have this in the background for you. So I've got Kara with CNTV is helping me with this broadcast, but I am an independent journalist and I am working on assignment for CISO and UFI to do a case study on producing an event during the pandemic. So over the last 6 months since October, I've really been writing about a variety of different events and how they've been able to be produced during the pandemic, whether all the new health and safety protocols that show organizers are employing. And I'm also, you know, trying to interview exhibitors and attendees to get a feel for how comfortable they feel about returning to events. I ran into an exhibitor this morning while I was waiting for my coffee, who was here for World of Concrete, and he said, you know, he's been coming to the show on and off for 30 years, and he was just thrilled to be back to the event to learn about new products and new trends in the industry. So yeah. Oh, you know what? We have Charlie Mccarty on. So let's go and listen. You want to listen in to Charlie Mccarty real quick?
Sure. We have about 3 minutes with Charlie, and then we're going to switch over to Doug real quick.
Okay.
So he can run off on his next run.
Okay. Can you see Dave? Can you see Charlie?
Bringing the first large-scale trade show, World of Concrete, back to the show floor here today, here at the beautiful Las Vegas Convention Center. And notably in this state-of-the-art, really top venue in the nation, West Hall, as you'll see right behind me here. And we're celebrating all that this morning. We're really thrilled. We're really thrilled to be part of this moment, both for our friends and partners at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and for the return of in-person trade shows in the U.S. And these trade shows collectively help create $325 billion in business in the United States and 1.3 million jobs annually, more important now than ever before. And we really are honored, Steve, to be the very first customer of the West Hall, and look forward to bringing many more events to the new expanded Las Vegas Convention Center this year and for many years in the future. Thanks very much.
Informa has quite a few events scheduled here for the next several.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Steve, and to you and your team. And we welcome you all to the World of Concrete 2021. Thanks.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay, it's official.
So exciting. So exciting. Well, Danica, we're going to let you go here, you know, in a second. And I'm sorry you can grab Nancy. Obviously, she's busy opening the show. But, you know, if we can talk to her later, we will.
Okay.
I'm just letting them know we're going to be going live now back